So, I've made my way down to Adelaide for an unexpected trip here, and whilst I was here, I've managed to get my whole hands on some of these, which is a White Sapote. Now, this is from the Perry's Fruit and Nut Nursery in McLaren Vale in South Australia. It's likely to be a Vernon variety. Now, I've never actually tried a White Sapote before. I'm very excited, as if you've been watching the videos I put together so far, you'll know that I've got a number of these trees and I've got no idea what they taste like. So I'm really excited to actually have my hands on one of these. Now, when I picked them up from the nursery, they were very, very hard. They were as hard as a guava or another very, very firm-fleshed fruit, and it's been about 2 days. They've now softened to the point that they're quite soft to touch. It's as soft as an avocado, maybe even softer. It's almost the texture of, I think an avocado is the best description. I've also read online that you'll know they're ripe when the stalk naturally falls off. Now, this stalk hasn't fallen off, but it's very loose. You can see if I was to give it a bit of a push, it would come straight out, which it did. So it's the stalk from in this. Now, from what I understand of these White Sapotes, they taste custardy, vanilla-y. They're very, very sweet. Most of them don't have very much acidity to them at all. I know even before I tried this that I'm exceptionally poor at describing the flavors and scents and the smells of fruits. I mean, when you eat a fruit, it's like if someone was to ask you how would you describe the flavor of a banana or a peach, you would say, well, they're very, very tasty, but what words? They're sweet, a little bit tart. I'm not sure. We'll give it a go anyway. I know that I enjoy this because I have watched a lot of videos online from a number of different YouTubers in particular talking about White Sapotes in particular, seeing what flavors they get from them, seeing if they enjoyed them, if they didn't. And I've been really, really looking forward. In fact, I was looking at a number of tropical fruit nurseries and fruit and vegetable stores and subtropical fruit stores trying to get my hands on some of these, and I really couldn't. So when I walked into this nursery in the McLaren Vale and saw a big bowl of them just sitting there, I was super, super excited, and I've been counting down the moments. So as you probably saw when I cut it, it cuts very, very easy. It just really just slides through a bit like an avocado. Again, I think the texture prior to tasting it is an avocado is the best description. It smells green. Doesn't have much scent. It's got like a leafy sort of smell to it. It's not something that you smell and think, oh my god, that smells delicious. I would love to get to try that. It doesn't sing delicious. Now, it's actually quite hard in the center here, so I don't know if that's a seed or if it's not quite fully ripe. It is possible that it still needed a day or two, and I've got a few more in the bowl to find out. And I've watched some YouTube videos where they've tried these and they haven't been ripe enough, and they've been given a herbal sort of flavor rather than a sweet flavor. So let's see how we go. This is the bit that I just spooned off of the edge here. This is from the bottom of the fruit rather than the top. It might be riper at the top, so we'll get a bit of that as well, I think, maybe. Making a big mess here. The lady that owns the nursery told me that there was only 2 types of sapotes that are worth trying, and one of them was the Vernon and the other one was some other type, and she said it's because the skin was too bitter and they didn't have very good flavor. So this supposedly is one of the ones with better flavor. Seeds are very large. I don't know if you can tell that from the video. These are much larger than I expected. They do really look like a large lemon pit. This is very nice. Okay, it's very sweet. There's no acidity in this at all. It tastes like a cross between banana and mango. If you were to take a really ripe banana a very, very, very subdued mango, very mild mango, not the tart mango, very, very sweet, very, very ripe mango, and you mixed it all up with the banana, that's the kind of taste that I get. And I have a bit with the skin on it just to see what the skin tastes like, to see if it's worth trying. I don't really like the skin on fruit, so wouldn't be surprised if I try this and think of, but let's see how we go. Skin on this particular variety doesn't taste like anything. It's a thin skin. It reminds me of the skin of, it'll come to me, I'll put my finger on it. It's a very thin skin. It doesn't have any flavor whatsoever. There's a very large seed in the middle of this fruit again. The seed takes up a great proportion of the fruit itself. You can see the great big hole that seed left. And the seed looks like a very, very large citrus seed. Banana. Without the banana flavor. It's got the sweetness of the banana, the same acidity as the banana. The skin is very, very thin. At least with this variety, there's no need to bother about scraping it outside the skin. Very sweet. Overall, it's very good fruit. I'm very pleased to have bought so many trees, because I am I'm really enjoying this. It's a sort of fruit that if you had many of them, you would still feel very happy that you're eating them. They're not overwhelming, they're not overbearing, they're not overly sweet. On a sweet scale, it's about maybe a 6.5 out of 10, the same scale as a very ripe, good banana. Maybe not as sweet as a super ripe banana that you turn into, say, banana bread, but a banana that's got none of that kind of astringency still attached to it. It's a very, very good fruit. I would recommend anyone, if you can get your hands on these white sapote and you've never tried one before, it's definitely worthwhile. It's an excellent fruit, and I'm really, really excited that I've actually been able to try one on this trip. And when my fruit trees, if I can ever get them to fruit, we've got a -4-degree day coming up over the next few days, and I won't be there to provide any sort of frost protection, unfortunately. But if they ever produce any fruit, I'll give them a taste test as well and see how they match up to this one here. But this variety is excellent, and I'm very, very pleased and lucky to have tried this one. Thanks everyone for watching.